On a remote frontier moon orbiting the gas giant Orionis 7, Marine Corporal Lila Holt walked her usual night patrol. The base was small, just a few domes linked by narrow tunnels, solar panels stretching like metal wings across the frozen ground. Wind howled through the canyons, sharp and cold, but Lila barely noticed. She had been stationed here for 6 months, and the silence had become familiar, almost comforting. Lila was 28, lean and steady, with short brown hair and eyes that had seen too much. She had served in 3 outer colony conflicts, survived ambushes, radiation storms, and the slow decay of hope in places no one back on Earth cared about. Outpost Echo 9 was supposed to be quiet duty. Just watch the sensors, log the data, and wait for rotation. Nothing ever happened here, until tonight. The sky split open without sound. One moment the stars were clear, scattered like salt across black velvet. The next a tear appeared, a jagged line of silver light that pulsed like a heartbeat. Lila froze, hand on her sidearm, breath fogging in the air. Her comms crackled, but no voice came through. The base alarms stayed silent. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. From the rift something fell. Not a ship, not a meteor. A person. She landed softly on the ice, bare feet touching the ground as if it were warm grass. Her skin glowed faintly, pale as moonstone. Long hair flowed around her like liquid starlight, shifting colors with every movement, silver, violet, deep blue. She wore a robe made of something that looked like woven mist, shimmering and weightless. At her side, curled close like a shadow-given form, was a creature no bigger than a large dog. Its scales shifted between black and deep indigo, eyes glowing like twin embers. Lila raised her weapon. "Identify yourself," the girl looked up. Her eyes were not human. Too large, too bright, filled with galaxies spinning in slow motion. Yet her expression was gentle, almost sad. She took a step forward, hands open, palms up. "Can I rest beside you tonight, human?" she asked. Her voice was soft, melodic, layered with harmonics that made Lila's bones hum. Lila did not lower her gun. "How did you get past the perimeter sensors? I did not break them," the girl said. "I asked them to let me through." That made no sense. But before Lila could respond, the girl swayed, her knees buckling. The small dragon, Lila had no other word for it, nudged her gently, whining low in its throat. The sound was strange, almost like wind through ancient trees. Something in Lila softened. Maybe it was the exhaustion in the girl's face. Maybe it was the way the dragon looked at her. Not with threat, but with quiet trust. Or maybe it was just the loneliness of this place, pressing in for too long. "Corporal Holt," a voice barked in her earpiece. "Major Daniels, report. We saw an energy spike." "What's going on out there?" Lila hesitated. If she reported an unknown alien on base, protocols would kick in. Lockdown, weapons, questions she couldn't answer. And this girl didn't feel like a threat. She felt lost. "False alarm, sir," Lila said, eyes still on the stranger. "Sensor glitch. I'm checking the array now." A pause. "Then copy that. Stay sharp." She turned off her comms. The girl watched her, breathing slowly. "You did not tell them about me." "Not yet," Lila said. "Who are you?" "My name is Silva," she said. "I am the last of my kind." She gestured to the creature at her feet. "This is Kale. He is my guardian, my friend." Kale lifted his head, blinking slowly. His eyes held intelligence far beyond any animal Lila had ever seen. He made a soft clicking sound, almost like a purr. "You can't stay out here," Lila said. "It's -60. You'll freeze." Silva smiled faintly. "Cold does not hurt me, but I am tired." Very tired. Lila studied her. No boots, no thermal gear, no oxygen mask, yet she breathed just fine in the thin, frigid air. She wasn't human. That was clear. But she wasn't hostile either. "Come on," Lila said finally, holstering her weapon. "My quarters are warm." Silva nodded, relief flickering in her star-filled eyes. Kale padded beside her, silent as smoke. They walked through the airlock and into the base. The lights flickered as they passed, as if reacting to Silva's presence. Lila didn't mention it. Inside her small room, just a cot, a desk, a locker, and a window showing the endless dark. She motioned to the spare cot in the corner. "You can sleep there." Silva sat on the edge, her robe pooling around her like water. Kale curled at her feet, tucking his snout under his tail. The room felt different now, warmer somehow, though the thermostat hadn't changed. A soft hum filled the air, barely audible, like a lullaby from a distant world. "Why are you here?" Lila asked, leaning against the wall, arms crossed. Silva looked at her, and for a moment, Lila saw sorrow so deep it felt ancient. I ran, she said simply. They are coming, and they will not stop. Who the hollow ones? Silva whispered. They erase. They silence. They have taken everything. Lila wanted to press further, but Silva's eyelids fluttered. She was fading fast. Kyle let out a low, worried chirp. Sleep, Lila said, surprising herself. You're safe here. For now. Silva lay down, her hair spilling across the thin pillow. Thank you, Lila Holt. Lila stiffened. How do you know my name? Silva's lips curved into a tired smile. The stars told me. Then she was asleep. Lila stood there for a long time watching them. The alien girl who fell from a rift in the sky. The dragon who moved like shadow and fire. It should have felt impossible, insane. But something about it felt right, like a piece of a puzzle clicking into place after years of searching. She checked her comms. Still quiet. The base sensors showed nothing unusual. No ships, no energy signatures, just the endless hum of the gas giant far above. But as she turned off the light and climbed into her own cot, she noticed something strange. Outside the window, the stars seemed brighter. And for the first time in months, the silence didn't feel empty. It felt like waiting. Deep in the rings of Orionis 7, something stirred. Vast, patient, hungry, and it had just found its prey. Can I rest beside you tonight? Human the alien girl unexpectedly entered my room part. To Lily led Alara and Nebula through the back corridors of the Valiant. They moved quickly, staying away from the main paths where security teams searched the small. Dragon kept changing colors, his scales shifting from blue to gray to match the walls around them. It made him harder to see. We need to reach the bridge, Lily whispered. Captain Walsh needs to hear your story. Alara nodded, her white hair floating around her face. The captain will believe us, I hope so. Lily said she was breaking many rules by hiding aliens, but something told her this was right. The Void Hunters had called Alara an abomination. That did not seem true. The alien woman seemed afraid, but not dangerous. They reached a lift. Lily checked that it was empty, then pulled Alara inside. She pressed the button for the command deck. The lift started moving up. Nebula made a small sound. His scales turned bright red. Someone is coming. Alara translated. The dragon can sense them. The lift stopped 2 decks below the bridge. The doors opened. Security Officer Gwen Parker stood there. Her eyes went wide when she saw Alara and Nebula. Parker reached for her weapon. Lily stepped forward. Wait, I can explain too. Late Parker hit the alarm button on the wall. Red lights flashed, intruder alert. Deck B, Section 4. Lily made a fast choice. She pushed Parker back. The security officer fell surprised. Lily grabbed Alara's arm. Come on. We need to run. They left the lift and ran down the corridor. Behind them, Parker was calling for backup. Lily knew all security teams would come now. They had minutes, maybe less. This way, Lily pulled Alara into a small storage room and closed the door. It was dark inside. Alara spoke. Softly, your people will punish you for helping me, maybe, Lily admitted. But those Void Hunters want to destroy our ship. I need to get you to the captain, Nebula chirped. His scales glowed, providing soft light in the dark room. His wings spread wide. He can help us, Alara said. He can move us to the bridge, but he needs energy. He is tired from our escape. What kind of energy? Lily asked. Alara touched the crystal at her neck. The cipher holds energy, but I need to share it with him. She looked at Lily. Will you help us human bodies have energy too? If you are willing. Lily hesitated, then nodded. What do I do? Take my hand. Alara held out her purple hand. It glowed softly. Lily took it. The touch was warm like sunshine. Alara took Nebula's small head in, her other hand, and closed her eyes. The crystal at her neck glowed brighter. The light moved through Alara into Lily. Lily felt warm, then hot, as if sunshine filled her blood. It did not hurt. It felt good, like being awake for the first time. The energy flowed from Lily to Alara to Nebula. The small dragon grew brighter, his wings spread wider, his eyes glowed with starlight. Outside the storage room, Lily heard boots running, guards searching for them. Nebula made a sound like singing, the air around them changed bent-folded. Lily felt strange, as if her body was stretching and compressing at the same time. She closed her eyes. When she opened them, they were on the bridge of the Valiant. Captain Walsh turned. Shocked. Officers reached for weapons. Nebula fell to the floor, tired, his scales dull gray. Ilara knelt beside him, stroking his head. Captain Walsh stared. "This is the alien signature our sensors detected." She looked at Lily Martinez. "What is the meaning of this?" Lily stood straight, trying to look confident. "Captain, these are refugees. They are being hunted by the ships outside. The aliens called Void Hunters. They serve something worse." Walsh looked at Ilara. "Who are you?" "I am Ilara, last royal of the Sylvan Empire," Ilara said. Her voice was musical, but tired. "My world was destroyed by the nullifiers, beings that consume entire civilizations. The hunters outside serve them. They want this." She touched the crystal, the celestial cipher. "It can close the paths the nullifiers use to enter our reality, Captain. We have 30 minutes before the Void Hunters' deadline," said Officer Maya from her station. Walsh looked troubled. "Why should I believe you? Why should I risk my ship and crew?" Ilara stood tall, the pride of a royal showing in her face. "Scan me, Captain. Scan the cipher. See the truth. My people were peaceful. We studied the cosmos. We learned its secrets. We found the layers of reality and the darkness between. We created the cipher to protect all worlds, not just our own." Dr. Ellis, the ship's scientist, stepped forward. "May I?" She held up a scanner. Ilara nodded. Dr. Ellis scanned her, then Nebula, then the crystal. Her eyes grew wide as she read the results. "Captain, this is impossible. The energy readings are off the scale, and her DNA. It's like nothing in our database, but parts of it look almost human." Walsh looked surprised. What Ellis continued. "The small dragon. It's not really an animal. It's something else. Something that can bend space according to these readings. And the crystal. It contains energy, similar to what we detected before the nullifier invasion of the Centauri system." Everyone on the bridge grew quiet. The Centauri system had been humanity's first major colony beyond Sol. 3 years ago, something had attacked it. Something that left nothing but dust. "You know of the nullifiers," Ilara said, her starry eyes wide with surprise. Ellis nodded. "We did not know their name, but we saw what they did. 5,000 colonists gone. An entire planet reduced to dust. We thought it was a natural disaster. A strange space phenomenon. But it was them. Wasn't it?" "Yes," Ilara said sadly. "It was them. They feed on life, on civilization. They have consumed countless worlds. Mine was just one of many. Captain, we have a transmission from the Void Hunters, Maya, called Put It on Screen," Walsh ordered. The screen showed the same gray face, cold black eyes. The voice spoke. "We know you harbor the Sylvan and her pet. Surrender them now. Your time grows short." Walsh looked at Ilara, then back at the screen. "We have no quarrel with you. Why do you threaten my ship? The Sylvan carries a weapon against our masters. It must be destroyed along with her. What will happen to her if we surrender her?" Lily asked. The face turned to her, its black eyes empty. "She will be unmade. Her essence will feed our masters as her world did. The reality bender will be broken and its power harvested." Walsh signaled Maya to mute the transmission. She turned to Ilara. "You said this? Cipher can stop them. How it can seal the rifts," Ilara explained. "The spaces between realities where the nullifiers exist, but I need help. My people created the cipher, but we needed many to use it. I am the last. I cannot do it alone. Can humans help?" "Ellis?" asked Ilara, looked at Lily, her starry eyes thoughtful. "Perhaps this one." She touched Lily's arm. "She shared energy with me and Nebula. Her body accepted it. Most species cannot do that." She looked at Walsh, Your people and mine share something. An ancient connection, perhaps. Ellis scanned Lily. Her eyes widened again. Captain, her cellular energy. It's changed. It's resonating with the aliens now. And with the crystal, what does that mean? Walsh asked. It means humans might be compatible with Sylvan energy. Ilara said. We might be able to work together to use the cipher, but we would need more humans. Many more, and they would need to be willing, Captain the Void. Hunter ships are powering weapons, said Tactical Officer Fiona Chen. We have 15 minutes until their deadline. Walsh walked to the window, looking out at the black ships. The Valiant was strong, but 5 enemy vessels was bad odds, especially when they knew so little about their weapons. If we help you use this cipher. What happens to those ships outside? Walsh asked. If we close the rifts, they will lose connection to their masters. Ilara said. They may be freed from control, or they may die. Her voice was sad. They were people once before the nullifiers changed them. And if we don't help, the nullifiers will come here eventually. Ilara said. Your world, your people will become dust like mine, like all the others. The hunters are just the beginning. Walsh was silent for a moment. Then she straightened. Captain to Officer Sergeant Martinez. You found these refugees? Yes, Captain. Lily said. They appeared. In my quarters, the Dragon Nebula can move through space. He brought them here. Walsh nodded. You made a choice to help them. Breaking protocol. Yes, Captain. Lily stood tall, ready to accept punishment. Walsh almost smiled. Sometimes breaking the rules is the right choice. She turned to her crew. Listen up, the Void. Hunters want these refugees. We are not giving them up. Prepare the ship for battle, but Captain, 5 against 1. Chen said. The odds. Walsh cut her off. I know the odds, but I also know what happened to Centauri. If these nullifiers are behind that, I want them stopped. Sound battle stations. Shields to maximum. All weapons ready. The crew moved quickly. Following orders, the bridge became busy with activity. Walsh turned to Ilara. We will fight, but you said you need more humans to help with the cipher. How many? Ilara looked at Nebula. The dragon seemed to communicate silently with her. 20, perhaps 30 would be better. The more the stronger. The Seal Ellie spoke up. Captain, based on my scans, I believe I can identify compatible crew members. Those whose cellular structure might work with the Sylvan energy. Good. Walsh nodded. Do it fast. We need options. Lily stayed with Ilara and Nebula. The small dragon looked tired. His scales dull. He curled up on a chair. He needs rest, Ilara said softly. The journey here was difficult for all of us. She looked sad. I am sorry for bringing this danger to your ship. You didn't have a choice, Lily said. I understand being hunted with nowhere to go. She thought of her own past, growing up in the ruins of old Chicago after the climate wars, how her family had fled north looking for safety. Captain, 10 minutes until deadline. Maya reported. Walsh nodded. Tell engineering to divert power to weapons and shields. She looked at Ellis. How long to identify compatible crew? Ellis worked at her station, fast but careful. I have 12 matches so far. All on this ship. I need more time. Can I rest beside you tonight? Human, the alien girl. Unexpectedly entered my room. Part 3. The first attack came without warning. The Valiant shook as energy weapons hit the shields. Lily grabbed the wall to stay standing. Ilara caught her arm, helping. Her Captain Walsh voice came over the speakers. All hands, battle stations. This is not a drill. Void hunter vessels have opened. Fire. Dr. Ellis looked at the group gathered in the medical bay. We have 17 compatible crew members. Is that enough? Ilara touched the crystal at her neck. It glowed softly, responding to her. We can try, but more would be better. The ritual requires focus and strength. The ship rocked again, harder this time. The lights flickered. No more time, Ellis said. We need to move now. Where can we do this ritual? Somewhere central, Ilara said. Where energy flows through the ship, the engine room, Ellis suggested. It's the heart of the ship. All power flows from there. Lily nodded. Good idea. She looked at the gathered crew members. These were her friends, people she had trained with, eaten with. They looked nervous but determined. They understood what was at stake. They moved as a group through the corridors of the Valiant. The ship shook around them as the battle continued. Nebula flew. Ahead, his wings spread wide, his scales bright blue again. He seemed to be leading them. They reached the engine room. The huge space was filled with the hum of power. Chief Engineer Dana Rogers met them at the door, looking confused. Captain sent me. A message to expect you, Rogers said. But I don't understand what you need, Alara stepped forward. We need to use your ship's energy combined with our own to activate the cipher. She held up the crystal. It can protect your ship, your world, but we must. Hurry. Another blast hit the ship harder than before. The deck trembled beneath their feet. Rogers nodded quickly. Okay, whatever you need. The main power junction is there. She pointed to the center of the room where energy conduits met in a glowing. Alara walked to the spot, Nebula flying circles above her. She looked at the humans gathered around her. I need you to form a circle around me. Join hands. Connect yourselves to each other. They did as she asked. Lily stood directly across from Alara. Their eyes met across the circle. Ilara's starry eyes seemed to see into Lily's soul. I will channel the energy of the cipher through myself. Ilara explained. It will flow to each of you. If you accept it, allow it to fill you. Not fight it. Then direct it back through me and into the crystal. What will happen to us? Fiona Chen asked. Her voice shook slightly. It will not harm you. Alara promised. But you will feel strange. Things you have never felt before. You will see things beyond normal sight. For a moment you will touch the space between realities. Ellis spoke softly, scanning with her device. The energy readings are already increasing just from us standing here. Nebula landed on Alara's shoulder. The small dragon stretched his neck towards the crystal. His scales matching its glow. We begin, Ilara said. She closed her eyes and began to sing. The sound was like nothing Lily had ever heard. Beautiful and strange words in a language no human had heard before. The crystal glowed brighter. Ilara began to float slightly above the floor, her white hair moving as if underwater, her purple skin shining with inner light. Nebula spread his wings. They grew larger than seemed possible for his small body. The light from the crystal flowed through Ilara into the dragon. His scales became transparent, showing stars, galaxies, universes within him. The ship rocked violently, the battle outside growing worse. Lily felt it first, a warmth in her hands where she held the hands of crew members on either side. The warmth spread up her arms to her chest. Her heart beat faster, her skin tingled. She wanted to let go, to break the circle, but she remembered Alara's words. Accept, do not fight. The energy reached her head, and Lily gasped. Her vision changed. She could see the normal world, the engine room, her friends, but also more layers of reality folding over each other. She could see through the walls of the Valiant to the space beyond. The 5 black ships firing weapons, the void between stars, and, deeper still, she saw rifts in space, tears in reality. And through those tears, things, shapes that made no sense. Beings of darkness and hunger, watching, wanting to enter. The nullifiers, Ilara sang louder. The crystal pulsed, the energy flowing through. The human circle grew stronger. Each person now glowed with the same light as Ilara, their eyes shining like stars. Captain Walsh's voice came over the speakers, distant somehow. Shields at 30%. Hull breaches on decks, C and E. We can't take much more of this. Lily focused on the energy flowing through her. She could feel the others in the circle, their thoughts, their fears, their determination. She could feel Ilara at the center, the last Sylvan royal, fighting for a world not her own. Crystal suddenly flared blindingly bright. The energy surged. Lily felt it like fire in her veins, Not painful, but intense, overwhelming. She saw Nebula grow larger, his body expanding, filling the engine room, his wings spreading beyond the walls of the ship. His scales showing entire galaxies within. Alara voice changed, her song becoming a command. The crystal rose from her hands, floating between her and Nebula. She spoke words that Lily somehow understood, though they were not in any human language. Close. The paths seal the ways between. Let darkness stay in darkness, let light remain in light. By the power of my people, by the blood of the last royal, by the strength of these new allies, I command the rifts to close. The crystal shattered, not broken, but transformed. Each fragment became a stream of light. Each stream shot outward through Nebula's expanded form, through the ship, through space. Lily saw through different eyes now. She saw the streams of light reaching the rifts in reality, where the nullifiers waited. The light formed seals, barriers. The rifts began to close. The Void Hunter ships outside seemed to scream, though there was no sound in space. Their black hulls cracked, golden light pouring from within. Inside the circle, Alara gasped. The strain, showing on her face, sweat on her purple skin, her eyes wide, seeing things beyond normal sight. More. Lily heard her whisper, "Need more strength." Without thinking, Lily stepped forward, breaking the circle. She reached for Alara, taking both her hands. The energy between them surged, connecting them more deeply than before. Lily spoke, though she didn't know the words, "I give freely what you need." The other humans followed her example, breaking the circle, moving closer, each touching Alara or each other. The energy grew focused, strengthened. Nebula roared, a sound that shook the ship. His form now vast beyond understanding, his wings spanning light years, his body containing universes. Through their connected vision, they all saw the rifts closing faster, the nullifiers reaching out with formless limbs trying to stop it. Too late. The seals formed complete. The Void Hunter ships outside exploded, one after another, golden light replacing darkness. Inside the engine room, the energy peaked. The humans cried out as one voice. Alara screamed. Her back arched, her hands gripping Lily so tight it hurt. Nebula became pure light for one blinding moment. Then it was over. The energy faded. The light dimmed. Nebula shrank back to his normal size, falling exhausted. To the floor, Alara collapsed. Lily caught her before she hit the ground. The other humans sank to their knees, tired but alive, their eyes returning to normal. The strange visions fading. Captain Walsh's voice came over the speakers. The Void Hunter ships are destroyed. All hands damage report. Lily held Alara. The alien woman was breathing but unconscious. Her purple skin pale, her white hair limp around her face. Lily brushed it back gently. "Doctor." Ellis knelt beside them, scanning quickly. "She's alive." Just exhausted, the energy drain was massive. She looked at the others, checking each one. They all show cellular changes, but nothing harmful. They need rest. Lily nodded, not taking her eyes off Alara. She looked so fragile now, so different from the powerful being who had commanded reality to bend. "We need to get her to medical." Several crew members helped carry Alara. Others picked up Nebula. The small dragon curled up like a sleeping cat, his scales dull gray. They made their way through the damaged ship. Crew members ran past, putting out fires, fixing systems. The battle was over, but the Valiant was hurt. In the medical bay, they placed Alara on a bed, Nebula on a pillow beside her. Ellis ran more scans, her face serious. "Will she be okay?" Lily asked. Her voice sounded strange to her own ears. She felt different, changed by what had happened, what she had seen. Ellis looked up. Her eyes showed that she too had been changed by the experience, I think. So her body is different from ours, but strong, needs time. Her energy levels are critically low, but stable. Lily sat beside the bed, watching Alara breathe. The others who had been in the circle stayed nearby, none of them wanting to leave, all feeling connected in ways they couldn't explain. Captain Walsh entered the medical bay, Her uniform torn, her face smudged with smoke, she looked tired but relieved. "The Void Hunter ships are gone," she said. "Whatever you did worked." She looked at Ilara unconscious on the bed, and the rifts closed. Ellis said, "We all saw it. The pathways the nullifiers used to enter our reality. They're sealed. At least for now." Walsh nodded. "Good." She looked around at the crew members who had participated in the ritual. "You all need rest. Medical checks too. We don't know what this energy did to you." Lily spoke up. "I feel different, Captain. Not bad. Different. Like I can see more, feel more." The others nodded in agreement. Ellis looked at her scanner readings. "The Sylvan energy has changed them at a cellular level, Captain. It's stable, not harmful, but they are not quite the same as they were. Can I rest beside you tonight?" Human, the alien girl, unexpectedly entered my room part. For the Valiant limped through space for 3 weeks. Repairs continued day and night. Engineers worked tirelessly to fix the damage from the Void Hunter attack. The ship was strong but had taken heavy hits. Some systems remained offline. The journey to Earth took longer than it should. Lily spent most of her time in the medical bay with Ilara. The alien woman regained strength slowly. Each day she could stay awake. Longer, talk more. Her purple skin regained its glow. Her starry eyes brightened. Nebula too recovered. His scales now shimmered with changing colors again. He explored the ship, curious about everything. Human Dr. Ellis monitored everyone who had been part of the Circle ritual. The 17 crew members who had channeled the Sylvan energy. All showed changes. Their cellular structure altered. Their brain patterns different. They reported strange dreams, flashes of vision, moments when they could see through walls or feel the thoughts of others around them. Lily experienced the strongest changes. She saw layers of reality overlapping the normal world. She felt the emotions of others without them speaking. She dreamed of stars and worlds. She had never seen. Her connection to Ilara grew deeper. She could sense when the alien woman was awake or asleep, happy or sad. Even from across the ship, Captain Walsh called them the Touched. She ordered Ellis to keep detailed records of every change, every new ability. The Admiralty would want to know when they reached Earth. The word made Lily nervous. She sat beside Ilara's bed watching the alien woman eat a bowl of fruit. Her slender purple fingers picking up each piece, examining it before tasting. The Sylvan had never had Earth food before. Some she liked, some she did not. "What will happen when we reach your world?" Ilara asked. She seemed to sense Lily's thoughts, a connection going both ways between them. Lily sighed. "I don't know. The Admiralty will want to talk to you. Learn about the nullifiers, the Void Hunters, the Sylvans. They will want to study the cipher." She touched her own chest where the energy still hummed within her. "They will want to study us," Ilara nodded, understanding. The price of survival examination study questions. She looked sad. "My people went through this long ago, when we first discovered the layers of reality, the rifts. We questioned everything, changed everything." She looked at Lily directly. "It led us to create the Cipher and the Guardians." She stroked Nebula's head as he curled in her lap. The dragon had grown attached to Lily too, following her when Ilara slept, watching her with intelligent eyes. Sometimes Lily thought she could hear his thoughts. Not words, exactly, but feelings, images. "Will your people fear me?" Ilara asked, her voice soft. "Some will," Lily answered honestly. "Others will be curious. Humans have waited a long time to meet aliens, but we always thought they would come from nearby stars, not from across the galaxy. Not as refugees from a destroyed world." Ilara looked out the small window at the stars passing by. "My world was beautiful," she said. "Forests that glowed at night, oceans that sang with the tide, mountains that touched the clouds." She closed her eyes, pain on her face. "All gone now. All dust." Her hand tightened on the bedsheet. "I am the last to remember, to witness Lily took her hand. The purple fingers curled around hers, warm. The energy between them hummed stronger when they touched. I will help you, she promised. I will make sure they treat you well. Elara smiled her strange, beautiful smile. Thank you, human. She still called Lily that sometimes, human, as if it were a name of honor. The ship intercom sounded Captain Walsh voice all. Senior officers to the bridge approached to Earth in 6 hours. Lily stood. I need to go. Help prepare. She hesitated, not wanting to leave. Go. Elara nodded. Nebula, and I will rest. We should be strong for meeting your leaders. Lily walked to the bridge. Her mind troubled. The past weeks had changed her. Not just the Sylvan energy, but knowing Elara, learning about worlds and beings beyond human understanding. The nullifiers still haunted her dreams. Vast, hungry, patient. They were sealed away for now, but for how long? The bridge was busy when she arrived. Officers at every station. Captain Walsh stood looking at the main screen. Earth appeared there, blue and green and beautiful. Home Lily felt a surge of emotion seeing it. After the battle, after learning about the nullifiers, Earth seemed more precious. More fragile. Walsh turned as Lily entered. Sergeant Martinez. She nodded. Good. I need your report on our guests, especially the Sylvan. The Admiralty has been sending messages every hour. They are very interested in her. I'm sure they are, Lily said, her voice harder than she intended. Walsh raised an eyebrow. That sounded protective. She studied Lily closely. The changes Ellis reported. They continue. Lily nodded. I see things differently now, Captain. I feel things. Even now, she gestured around the bridge. I can sense everyone here. Their emotions, their thoughts. Not clearly, but like shadows on water. She looked at Walsh directly. And I feel protective of Elara. Yes, she has lost everything. Her world, her people. She is the last. And she saved us, saved Earth. Walsh was silent for a moment. Then she sighed. I understand. But the Admiralty, they will have questions. They will want to study the cipher, the energy in you and the others, and her. She is the first confirmed intelligent alien to reach Earth. That makes her valuable, like a specimen, Lily said bitterly. Like an ally. Walsh corrected. Look, Lily. She rarely used first names. I am on your side. I saw what happened. I was there. But Earth governments will be cautious. They will want to contain the situation. Control it. Lily felt anger rising but kept her voice calm. She is not a situation. She is a person, a refugee, and she has Nebula. He can move through space. Remember, they can't just lock her up. Walsh looked troubled, I know, but they will try. She looked at the screen at Earth growing larger. I have orders to deliver her to Lunar Base Alpha for debriefing and study. Lily almost spat the word. How long? Walsh shrugged. Weeks, months, they didn't say, and the touched. The crew members changed by the ritual. You too. All of you to the base. Walsh looked genuinely sorry. I argued against it, but the orders come from the top. The Admiralty. The World Council. Lily felt cold inside. She reached out with her new senses, feeling for Elara, finding her in the medical bay. She sent a thought, a warning, something she had never tried before. She felt Elara's response, surprise, then understanding, then determination. Captain, I request permission to inform Elara of these orders, Lily said formally. She deserves to know. Walsh nodded. Go, but Martinez. She fixed Lily with a serious look. Don't do anything foolish. Remember your oath to the fleet. Lily saluted. Yes, Captain. Then turned and left the bridge. Her mind racing in the medical bay. Elara was standing by the window looking out at Earth growing larger in the distance. Nebula perched on her shoulder, his scales dark blue. Thoughtful. You heard me, Lily said, surprised. How? Elara turned. The connection between us grows stronger. The cipher energy binds us. She touched the spot above her heart, mirroring where Lily felt the energy within herself. When you called, I heard she looked sad. They wish to study us like specimens. Yes, Lily admitted. They are afraid of what? They don't understand, Elara nodded. My people were the same once before we learned better. She looked at Nebula. The dragon seemed to nod, understanding some silent communication between them. We cannot go to this base, Lily. We cannot be prisoners. What choice do we have? Lily asked. The ship is surrounded by fleet vessels, now escorts. They would stop any escape. Elara smiled. Mysterious Nebula can bend space. Remember, he brought us to your ship. He can take us away, away. Lily felt her heart beat faster. Where would you go? Elara stepped closer, taking Lily's hands in hers. Where would we go? She corrected. You carry the cipher energy, now tied to me, to Nebula. Your world would study you too, keep you separate. I have seen it before. The fear. The need to control. Lily knew she was right. She had felt the same fear from Walsh, from others on the ship. As the touched changed, grew different. The gap between them and normal humans widened, but to leave Earth, her home, her duty. As if reading her thoughts, Elara spoke softly. I would not ask you to abandon your world, Lily, only to help us avoid captivity. Then you can return, if you wish. Nebula chirped, his scales shifting to gold. He spread his small wings. He agrees. Elara translated. He can carry 3. No more. His power has limits, Lily thought quickly. 3 Elara, Nebula, and herself. But what about the other touched? The 16 crew members also changed by the ritual. They are changed, but less so. Elara said. They can blend in better. Hide what they have become. She looked sad. I am sorry for what happened to them, but they have each other. They will find their way. Lily paced the small room, thinking, her oath to the fleet, her duty to Earth, but also her promise to Elara, to protect her, the connection between them growing stronger each day, the visions, the dreams, the sense of something greater. Waiting. Dr. Ellis entered the medical bay, her eyes taking in the scene. Elara's stance. Lily's troubled face, Nebula's alert posture on the alien's shoulder, the Admiralty. Orders, she said quietly. You know, Lily asked, surprised. Ellis nodded. I have friends in Fleet Command. They told me. She looked at Elara. I am to prepare you for transfer to Lunar Base Alpha. She hesitated, then added, they have a containment chamber ready. Special scans, tissue samples. She looked disgusted. Elara stepped back. Nebula growled low, his scales turning red. Ellis raised her hands. I disagree with the orders. I am telling you so you can prepare. She looked directly at Lily. They plan to separate you from her. They think your connection is dangerous, growing too strong. Lily felt cold anger. These are our allies. The people we protect. Ellis nodded, sad. I know it is fear. Can I rest beside you? Tonight, human, the alien girl, unexpectedly entered my room part. 5-6 months passed in the sanctuary. Lily learned to measure time differently here. The 2 moons moved in strange patterns. The purple-gold sky shifted through, colors unknown on Earth. The silver trees grew and changed daily. The sanctuary had its own rhythm, its own life. Elara showed Lily the white towers. They were not buildings, but archives, living records of Sylvan knowledge. The towers responded to Elara, recognizing her royal blood. They opened for her, revealing their secrets. Nebula grew stronger in the sanctuary, his wings larger, his powers greater. He could fold space more easily here, move between points in the sanctuary instantly. He taught Lily to feel the layers of reality, to see the threads connecting all things. The cipher energy within Lily continued to change her. She grew stronger, faster. Her senses sharper. She could see in darkness, feel emotions from great distances. Sometimes when she touched the archives, she saw visions of the ancient Sylvan Empire, its glory, its fall. She shared these visions with Elara, helping the last royal, remember her lost world. They lived in a small home near the towers, a structure that grew from the living ground shaped by Alara's thoughts. It changed and shifted as they needed it to. More rooms appeared when they wanted to study separately. Walls became transparent when they wished to see the moons at night. The sanctuary provided everything. They needed food grew in strange gardens. Tools appeared when they needed them. But Lily still thought of Earth sometimes, of Captain Walsh, of Dr. Ellis, of the other touched. The 17 crew members changed by the ritual. She wondered what had happened to them. Had the Admiralty studied them, kept them separate? Had they escaped, found each other, formed their own community? One morning Lily stood on a hill overlooking the sanctuary. Nebula perched on her shoulder. The small dragon was her constant companion now. Her friend. She had learned to understand his thoughts. Not words exactly, but images, feelings, intentions. He was far more intelligent than she had first realized. Not an animal at all, but a being of great wisdom. Alara approached, climbing the hill to join them. Her white hair longer now floating around her face, her purple skin glowing with health. She wore robes that changed color with her moods. Today they were deep blue, thoughtful. "You think of Earth?" Alara said. It was not a question. The connection between them had grown so strong they often knew each other's thoughts. Lily nodded. "I wonder what happened after we left. How they explained our disappearance." Alara touched her arm gently. "We can see if you wish." She looked at Nebula. The dragon chirped, spreading his wings, which now shimmered with stars within their transparent surface. How, Lily asked. "The archives," Alara explained. "They can show us other realities, other places." The Sylvans watched many worlds, including Earth. That is how we first learned of humans long ago. They walked together down the hill toward the towers, Nebula flying ahead, his scales bright with excitement. He had grown to love the archives, exploring them for hours each day, learning the secrets of the Sylvans. The main tower opened as they approached. The entrance recognizing them, the inside was vast, larger than seemed possible from outside. The walls glowed with soft light. Symbols and images moved across them like living things. Alara led Lily to the center where a pool of silver liquid reflected the light above. She knelt beside it, touching the surface. The liquid rippled, then stilled. "Show us Earth," she commanded, the pool of Luna, the human station. The silver liquid swirled. Images formed, first stars, then the familiar blue planet Earth, the moon gray and barren lunar base Alpha, a collection of domes and towers on the surface. Alara moved her hand over the pool. Focus. The humans changed by the cipher. Those called the touched. The image zoomed closer, showing the interior of the base. A large room filled with equipment. People in white coats studying screens. Dr. Ellis stood there, looking older, tired, her face lined with worry. She spoke to someone off screen, her voice coming through the pool, as if she stood before them. "The subjects continue to show increased ability," she said. "The cipher energy remains stable within their cellular structure, but its effects grow stronger. They can sense each other across great distances. Some report visions of other realities. We believe this is connected to the missing sergeant and the Sylvan refugee." A man's voice responded off-screen. "Have you located Martinez yet?" "Any trace of her or the alien?" Ellis shook her head. "No, sir. They vanished. Completely. The energy signature disappeared from our sensors. We believe they left normal space, possibly with the help of the space-folding creature." "Show me Captain Walsh," Lily said to the pool. The image shifted, finding Walsh in her office aboard a new ship. The Valiant, too damaged, had been decommissioned. Walsh looked older, like Ellis, her hair showing gray, her face harder. She spoke to someone off camera. 6 months and still no sign of them, she said. "They ask the same questions every week, as if I know something more." She sighed heavily. "I told them everything. The Sylvan, the dragon, the ritual. Martinez made her choice. She protected the refugee. I can't blame her after seeing the containment facility they prepared." Lily felt tears in her Eyes Walsh had understood had not condemned her. Show the other touch, Ilara commanded. The pool shifted again, showing different images. A group of people meeting secretly in what looked like an abandoned building, the 16 crew members who had shared the ritual. They had found each other despite the Admiralty's attempts to keep them apart. They had escaped, formed their own community. One spoke, a woman Lily recognized as Fiona Chen. The connection grows stronger. She said, "We feel her sometimes, Martinez and the Sylvan. They are somewhere else, somewhere beautiful." She closed her eyes. Somewhere safe. The Admiralty keeps hunting us, but they don't understand what we have become, what we can do. The cipher changed us, gave us something new. Lily pulled back from the pool, emotions overwhelming her. They were alive. They had escaped. They had each other. Ilara touched her shoulder. "You see, they found their way as I said they would. The energy guides them, protects them." Nebula chirped from where? He hovered above the pool. His scales showing patterns like maps, roads between stars. "He says we could visit them." Ilara translated. "He is strong enough now to move between realities. To take us to Earth to find them." Lily looked at the dragon surprised. "Is that true? Could we go there?" Nebula nodded, his eyes wise and ancient. Ilara looked troubled. "It would be dangerous. The humans who hunt the touched would find us, sense the energy. You carry more of the cipher than any of them. But we could help them," Lily said. "They are alone, hunted." Ilara considered this. "The archives have shown us much in these months. The knowledge of my people, how the cipher works, how to control it, use it. We could teach them." Lily felt hope rising. "Yes, we could show them what we've learned. Help them master the changes." Nebula flew excited circles above them, his scales shifting through rainbow colors, his wings leaving trails of starlight. Ilara smiled at his enthusiasm. He agrees. He has wanted to explore, to travel again. The sanctuary is wonderful but small for one who can cross realities. Lily looked at Ilara, suddenly uncertain. "But what about you? This is your home. Your people's last creation." Ilara took Lily's hands, her starry eyes full of emotion. "Home is not a place," she said, echoing Lily's words from months ago. "It is where you choose to be with those you care for." She glanced at Nebula, then back to Lily. "These months with you, learning, growing. The sanctuary will remain. We can return whenever we wish. But perhaps it is time to help others." Lily felt the connection between them stronger than ever. The shared energy, the shared purpose. The strange bond that had formed that first night when Ilara had appeared in her quarters, asking, "Can I rest beside you tonight?" "Human together then," she said, squeezing Ilara's hands. "We go together to find the touched." To teach them, Ilara nodded. "We will need supplies, knowledge from the archives." She looked thoughtful. "We should create devices to mask our energy signature. Something to hide us from detection." They spent days preparing. Lily gathered food, medicines, tools. Ilara worked with the archives, creating small crystals that could hide the cipher energy, making them invisible to human sensors. Nebula practiced his space folding, moving larger objects longer distances, preparing for the journey. The night before they planned to leave, Lily stood outside their home looking up at the twin moons. The sanctuary had become dear to her, its strange beauty, its peace. But Earth called. She missed the blue sky, the familiar stars, the sound of rain, the taste of foods from her childhood. Ilara joined her, slipping her hand into Lily's. "Are you ready for tomorrow?" Lily nodded. "I am." She looked at the Sylvan woman, her alien features now. "So familiar, so beloved. Will you miss this place?" "A little," Ilara admitted. "It is the last piece of my world that remains." But she turned to face Lily. "It is not my only home now." She touched Lily's face gently. "We carry home within us now in the cipher. In our connection." Nebula flew down from the silver trees, landing on Lily's shoulder, nuzzling her cheek. His scales glowed soft blue, contented. He too was ready for new adventures. In the morning they gathered their supplies, the small crystals to hide, their energy, the knowledge they had collected from the archives, the tools they would need. Nebula grew larger, his wings spanning meters as he prepared to bend space around them. They stood in the same clearing where they had arrived 6 months before. Lily wore clothes created in the sanctuary, strange beautiful fabrics that changed with her moods. Her hair longer now held back with a band of living silver, a gift from the sanctuary.